We're at the Greenwood Farm. We just showed you where we were over here, the Greenwood Farm. There's the barn, there's the main house over there. Here's where they keep their equipment, and there's where they sell the honey in the little house. And the Christmas trees they also sell. Again, another 4-H. They support 4-H, and this family does a lot for the kids to get in agricultural situations and know what's going on, and to learn about nature and agriculture. So anyway, here's where the bees are. They keep the bees in the back over there. The guy's land in the yellow house that's complaining is about, as the crow flies, I'd say about a quarter mile away. None of the houses on the street over here, none of the houses on the Hawk Ridge Road, I think it is over here, or whatever that we went to. Nice, fancy houses. No one has a complaint. They like the bees here. Dudley Road, we went to many houses on Dudley Road. No one's had a problem with bee poo-poo on their house or any problem of getting stung or anything. Honeybees are non-aggressive. They're not like yellow jackets or wasps. So anyway, he told me yesterday that he's never washed that house. That's where the bees are in the back there. So he's never washed the vinyl siding. So if the bees stay over here and they're here all year and he hasn't washed his house, where is the other house getting all hit by bee poo-poo? So, I mean, this is crazy. These people are right now, you know, they're upset that possibly they could be shut down. They are being told, if you don't move your bees, or if you don't stop them from flying towards that fellow's house, then they're going to be $1,000 a day fine. So I don't know how that's going to work. How do you control your bees to stay on your property? And how do we know that these bees are the ones, in fact, that are messing up the other house? The one house in the whole town. We have 40,000 residents in Billerica. This is the house in question that says that the bees are pooping on his cars and his house, and that it's a health issue. We are so fortunate to have the apiaries here in Billerica from the Card family's farm. So anyway, again, just to show you the proximity of the situation. If you can you get it all on one frame, the both houses?
Sure.
There's the house that says that bee poo-poo is ruining their quality of life and a lot of other negative factors. And this is the house exactly next behind it. It has no problem at all. I went to many houses in the general vicinity here. Not one other person has a problem. How do we know that the bees that are doing poo-poo on this guy's house, his family's house, are from the Card family farm? I mean, are we going to check DNA of bee poo-poo? Are we going to make these people possibly have to sell their farm and put maybe houses over here? It's a 50-acre plot of land, I believe. It's been here forever. We talked to the nun. We talked to the people at the convent where the nuns have a retreat, the caretaker. No one's had a problem with this. For our town to give them a cease and desist order, I find that to be a bit extreme. But he's a couple houses away from the house in question that gets bee poo-poo on it, they say. So have you ever had any problem with the bees?
No, we never had problems.
Yeah, you said
we've been here since 2004.
Yeah.
We actually enjoy walking around there, and we saw those beehives, and we never had problems even when we walked by them.
Yeah. The honeybees are non-aggressive. They're not like wasps and yellow jackets. But you did say you got a problem with what kind of bugs?
Mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes, yeah. So anyway, he doesn't have any bee things on his house. No other people had bee things on their house. The people that said that they have a problem with the bees going poo-poo on their house and that yellow house, you know, we looked at the roof from not from their property, but from the on the road and from the farmer's land and looking at the roof of the house in question. I'm a painter, I'm a power washer, I saw zero buildup of anything. So, I don't really, how do we know that the guy's getting, whatever the stuff is, might be from birds, might be from bats. And you know what? Frankly, I don't see anything there myself. But anyway, that's my point of view. Sir, thank you very much. So you want the bee farm to stay where it is?
Yes.
Yes, all right, thank you very much. I just came from the farm, the Card Farm, and these people just moved in from another town. They're 2 houses away from the bee farm. And how do you feel about the bees?
We have no problem.
We think it's a
We
great
invite
idea
them.
to have the
Yeah,
bees here.
And your house, you're 2 houses away, and I don't see any kind of
no activity.
Things on your house. But anyway, we need to keep these bees, and we need to work the situation through. But there's only 1 house in the 40,000 residents in Billerica. That farm's been there 50 years. These people just moved in from another town. And by the way, welcome to Billerica.
Thank you.
And this fellow too. And we hope that this problem can be resolved. But there was a cease and desist order on the farm, 2 houses away, telling them that they should find a new place to house their bees. That's like telling a dairy farmer to find a new place to put his cows, is how I see it, you know.
Right.
But anyway, folks, I hope we're going to resolve this issue, and I hope that you'll be involved watching this at home to see what's going on, because we can't afford to lose this farm, this open space. We were an agricultural community, and there's very little open space left in Billerica.
Not enough.
Anyway, thanks a lot. Appreciate it, folks. This is a retreat for nuns over here, and here comes one down the road right now. But as you can see, if you look at their house, there's no, this is 1715, there's no bee people on anything. So the neighbors close don't seem to mind about the bees. How are you?
How are you?
Can we come down? Bring it down. Yeah, do you remember me, George Simolaris? I was painting a house down the road.
Oh, maybe last time. Good to meet you.
How are you? Yeah.
Doing well.
See, I don't want
Hi,
you to be in
sister.
the sun.
Hi,
yeah,
how are
yeah.
you?
So anyway, why I'm gonna get the video camera on is that the people down the road have the bee farm.
Yes.
So 1 house has been complaining,
Oh.
and the town has put a cease and desist,
Uh-huh.
telling them they must move their bees.
Oh, okay.
But have you ever had any problem with the bees here?
No.
Yeah. And how long were you here?
We've had our property here since the 1960s, probably.
Yeah, and actually even before, I mean,
Yes.
because I know that the historical
Yes.
thing. Anyway, I don't want to take up too much of your
Yes,
time, but
yes, okay.
I'm all for the bees staying here, and I know that 1 house has said that there's been a problem, but the bee poop comes off very easy if it
Yes,
was
yes,
there, and it
yes.
only is at a certain time of the year. And hi, sir. Yeah, George Simolaris. We're talking about the bee
Hi,
problem.
we live here.
Yeah, you do. Well,
How are you?
Yeah,
Good to see you
How
again,
are you
sister.
doing?
Yeah.
Well,
Great to
good.
see you.
Great to see you too.
So the only
But
reason I
we've
don't-
been praying for the bee owners.
Oh, yeah,
We did
thank
get
you.
wind of this.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm George Simolaris.
All right.
I happen to be a
Okay.
selectman in
All
town.
This
right,
is the
okay.
bee
God
stuff.
bless you.
This
Thank
is the bee
you.
stuff,
Oh,
and I don't know if you mind being on it for 1 minute here.
You're
I-
lucky
I'm-
my wife is not here because
Yeah.
she would just love to talk on
I'm going to
that
come
about
back
the bee.
tomorrow. I'm going to come back tomorrow. But anyway, here's the problem, that these people have been ordered from 1 house, complained that their house is covered with bee poop. Only in May, I guess it is, but the reality is that they've had bees for 50 years, and you live here. Do you have a problem with any bees?
No.
How far are you? 100 yards away from the farm? And we can look at the whole, all your complex here.
there's no bees.
It's beautiful. Yeah, anyway, but they were ordered to cease and desist. So this is
Yes,
a problem.
my wife is
Yeah.
aware of that whole situation, and really, actually, it's a kind of silly situation.
It's a very silly situation. I agree with
Do
you,
people
sir.
not realize what bees do?
Well,
for
there's
us?
an article in the paper right today. Yeah, that says it all right
You
there.
know,
Do people, he just
really-
said, do people realize well, the article of today's Little Sun, I'll show it to you.
Is it? There's another article.
Another
that just
article,
came out?
and it's not favorable. So anyhow, folks,
It's not favorable in whose way?
put that on hold. It says hopefully we can come to a conclusion that's good for everybody. That's what one guy said. The Genevieve family say that their bees are coming from a 55-acre farm at the Merrimack Valley Apiaries. The 3rd generation family business, now among the nation's largest beekeepers, has 30,000 hives across the country. But they're usually not here. And when they are here, they're not a problem. to you, he lives, he lives right here.
Right.
And hundreds of thousands of bees
150
are on the
yards away.
Billerica farm. So here's what the one family said that they should shut down the business. Did not say, I'm sorry, let me go over that. They should not shut down the business. They've argued that they should move the business to a non-residential area. So that's like saying, okay, don't shut down your business, just move it. So I don't know what that means, but anyway, the town manager, John Curran, said he hopes this notice of violation letter entices the Cards to move their beehives. So Curran said we need to make sure that residents' quality of life is preserved. So it said Selectman George Simolaris pointed out the farm is an important asset to Billerica with open space. We need that open space instead of houses there, Simolaris said. I'm sure the farm and the one neighbor, can work with the town for a resolution. So this gentleman lives here. Are you the caretaker and things?
Yes.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, I live here.
With your family.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And as we can see, this is 1715, and then can you see in the back the actual structure of the is it a convent? Is that what you would call it? Yeah.
The retreat house.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, we can come back over here if you don't mind. That the point is that I don't see any kind of excrement. No. I don't see. When's the last time you painted this place?
It's been a long time.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, folks, we're hoping that that this problem can be worked out, but it's pretty hard to work out a problem when you tell somebody you have 10 days to cease.
That one house is also on, not even in this neighborhood.
It isn't. It's an acre of, I think, maybe quite a ways away on Route 4. Yeah.
On the other side.
Yeah, and I went to the other house yesterday, and nothing against the other party involved, but I knocked on his door to speak with him, and I would never think of bringing the camera on his property without his permission, but I didn't notice one iota of any kind of dirt or bee things on his porch
We don't
or
have
steps.
any problems with that.
Yeah. So anyway, I appreciate your time, sir. And
You know, it's a shame that people are trying to change something that's happened for a long time. And you know, although I'm only 47 years old, both sides of my family were born and raised in Billerica,
Yes.
and that's been here.
Yep.
Let it be. They're not bothering anybody.
Yep.
You know,
I agree. And we
don't let one apple wreck a whole tree again.
I know. Anyway,
Right?
thank you so much
Good
for
luck
your time.
with everything.
I appreciate it.
Good luck.
I drove down Timber Creek Lane, and I talked to the people across the street yesterday with the fence, and they said that the bees were no problem. And this gentleman was cutting his grass. I hate to bother you. And you live, how close would you say to the bees?
I'd say less than a quarter mile.
Yeah. And how do you feel about the bees over there?
I'm fine with the bees. In fact, I think the bees are good. They pollinate this tree that I'm holding right here, and my other trees as well. I'm sure I hear them over here frequently, and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I have no problem at all.
Do you ever have a problem with your house having, they called, for lack of better words, bee poo on it?
I don't even know what it is. I don't. It's not an issue. You know. So it sounds to me like somebody just trying to make an issue out of nothing.
Yeah. Well,
that's my opinion.
I know it is, and I appreciate. I didn't even like wasting your time here, but it is an important issue because you know, if we don't stand up for what people believe is right, then you know, then it'll be too late.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. I appreciate it very much.
No
I'll
problem.
see you later.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
So the Card family has 8 days left to remove their bees or stop the bees from aerially going over to the one house that supposedly is getting poo-poo on the house due to these bees. But we've checked all the neighbors' house. The people right next door just bought a house. They're happy to live near the farm. There's no poo-poo on their house. I showed you the barns here. There's no poo-poo on anybody's house. And, you know, I can't understand how one house in the whole town is getting poo-poo on it. It is a yellow house. And, you know, like I say, I know that bees like blonde hair and red hair and colors, but I don't think that would be it. I don't know. But we can't afford to lose this property here for our town and to develop it. These guys want to keep their bee apiary here. They want to keep their Christmas tree farm. They want to have 4-H here, and if they lose their bee business, that would economically make this farm, you know, possibly not viable. And that would mean that maybe they would have to subdivide it and sell parts of it off. And folks, if you look around Billerica, we're in Billerica right now. Billerica was an agricultural community. And even if you don't even get down here to enjoy this part of town, you know, with all the trees and the open space, it helps to our air quality, and it preserves our planet. So hopefully people are going to get involved and, you know, make your own judgment on this position that the town is in versus this family, the Card family. And they're having a hearing this week, and from the health department, and we're going to report back to you what's going on. So it's a serious situation, folks, and I thought you should be aware of it. So we're going to cut out. It's George Simolaris with the great cameraman Peter, and we're going to try to edit this film down for you so that you'll have a general idea. And believe me, I'm not friends with the Card family. They're my acquaintances. I know who they are. And I don't know the other gentleman. I've met him, and I have nothing against him. I want his quality of life to be upheld also. But for one house to say that this whole area is ruining their quality of life, I find it very hard to believe. You know, folks, we don't want to lose one of the last farms we have in Billerica.